They wrote about me in 1961 for the first time because the news got out. And I know this is a little conceited, but this is a pretty good story, huh? Baby born without arms because of thalidomide, given up for adoption, taken in by 50-plus-year-old foster parents who teach him to use his feet for hands. That's a good story. So they came to Yorkton. The press descended on our home and interviewed my mother and sat right down on the couch and said, "Mrs. Law, tell us how it feels to be raising a baby without arms." Mom's answer, "That's a dumb question, isn't it? How do you think it feels? It's weird. Wouldn't it be weird? How do we pick up babies? Usually by the arms. He gets dropped a lot." Oh, she actually, it's written down and everything. Now, the reporter did not get the joke. You need to understand this. Said, "Mrs. Law, I don't understand. I mean, sorry, how did you teach him to use his feet?" She said, "He did." "Excuse me? He did." "Okay, Mrs. Law, he's a year old. How could a baby a year old teach you anything?" "Obviously, you're not a parent. Babies teach us tons of things." I walked in his room one day, and he was dangling his favorite teddy bear by its ear between his toes. And something occurred to me. We were looking at the wrong thing. You see, all of these stories, none of them are exaggerated or contrived or made up. And again, I don't think I have a better story than most people. You know, on biography, every life has a story. I agree with that. The stories in this room. I mean, really, I'm not trying to be humble here. The stories in this room alone, the stories of lives lived, of things overcome, of tragedies, the heartache in this room alone is stunning. That's why it's such a privilege to be up here. Not so I can brag about my story, though, but because it's such a great example and template for how powerful human beings can be if they're looking at the right thing. And the reporter said one more time, I still don't understand. "Sir, think about it. I've been to so many doctors who all, with due respect, said he doesn't have arms. He will never be independent. This is not melodrama. These are facts." And even the smartest of them kept looking at what he didn't have instead of what he did. So when he held up that teddy bear, he showed me the path. All I had to do was go along for the ride.